Blue collar, white collar, black professors, white scholars, politicians, Dalai Lamas. Everybody in the whole wide world need hope if I be honest. I'm in that number.
Hey, good day. This is Robert Brown with the Raw Report. How you doing today? Yesterday, I did a piece on the altercation between Antifa and the Proud Boys. And then I went into some details about the Proud Boys, never went into too much detail about Antifa. Now, I'm really getting familiar with the Proud Boys. I'm not a fan of I'm not a fan of what we call Antifa right now, the anti-fascists. I am against fascism in any way, shape, or form. I am anti-fascism. I am anti-white supremacist. I am anti-black supremacist. I am anti-anything supremacist. But what I failed to do is really go into detail about the Proud Boys, and I want to apologize for not digging enough, and I'm still digging in concerning the Proud Boys to get familiar with it. Now, I know McGinnis. I've seen him on Alex Jones and a couple other shows. I watched his videos recently. I'm not a fan of him. His piece on Dr. Martin Luther King joking around on his holiday was very disgusting. And I don't agree with that guy. I don't follow his philosophies. I'm not going to ever agree with his philosophies. But I have to tell some truth that I found out recently from the website of the Proud Boys. Now, I recently said that according to a law study in a law organization in the South, that there were a hate group. I lumped them in with white supremacists. From what I've known so far, Mr. McGinnis did not want to be lumped in that Richard Spencer type right-wing white supremacist ideology. Proud Boys and his idea of a Proud Boys was started as more of a fraternity. Now, I'm going to switch over to the screen and I'm going to go through their website and basically go over the Proud Boys. Now, I'm not trying to get people to join the Proud Boys. I did find out that Proud Boys do have multicultural people. So, look, when I admit I was wrong and I misrepresent and things like that, I'll admit it. I'm not perfect. I am wrong a lot. I'm not going to always be right. And when I find out that I'm wrong and you show me I'm wrong and I believe you, and I have to believe you got to give me some kind of evidence for me to go over it. You're not just going to tell me I'm wrong. And I find out that I got it wrong, then I got it wrong. But until then, leave me alone. All right, I ain't no punk, just to let you know. But I'm humbled enough to know that when I got something wrong, I got something wrong. And I saw a couple people commenting, and that's why I welcome the comments and things like that. I'll read them. If you're going to get nasty and jerk us with and cuss me out, call me names, of course, I'll delete you and block you. I don't play that. But if you can kindly talk to me and tell me to look at some other things, if I have the time, I'll consider it, and you may prove me right or you may prove me wrong. And if you prove me wrong, I'm man enough to come up here and go over this. So what I've decided to do was take a look at the Proud Boys website. So let me switch over to the screen and we'll look at who Proud Boys really is. Now, for his McGinnis, I'm going to separate McGinnis, even though he's the founder of the Proud Boys, away from the organization of Proud Boys, because just because your ideology that you're speaking over the mic, like what I'm doing right now, because he's known for that, that doesn't mean all the Proud Boys follow every word of McGinnis, just like every member of a church don't follow every word of the pastor. Every member of the church don't follow the word of the pastor, but they are members of that church, and they will follow the vision of that pastor. Everybody in Proud Boys don't agree with McGinnis, and yet they're going to follow the vision of McGinnis. Now, we're going to look at the Proud Boys from their own website. I may show a couple of videos of Mr. McGinnis' rhetoric and speeches, but I'm just going to try to do whatever I can to do a fair and balanced view. So one of the things I find out was this organization was multicultural. Now, I recently seen another video of that altercation that happened with Antifa, and in the video there were members of the Proud Boy that were black. I saw one that was looked like he was Oriental. I saw looked like a couple of Hispanics that was part of that. Now, they have many chapters across the United States. I don't know if they have one in New York yet. I would be surprised if they didn't, but maybe that's one of the reasons why McGinnis went there, was to start a chapter in New York City. But from the website, I didn't see it in New York, but I'm going to go through it again. Maybe I missed it. Like I said, hey, look, I miss it. I make mistakes, and when I realize I'm wrong, I can admit it. I am not proud. Probably one of the most humble guys that you ever meet in your life, and I'll work on that humility as much as I can. But you got to prove me wrong. I mean, you just can't say I'm wrong. And you can spit all you can in the comment section. I'll read it and then go investigate it. But what you can't do, what you're not going to do, bruh, sis, is going to be visceral to me, because I can get visceral with the best of them. I ain't no punk. All right? So I respect you. And all I ask is that you respect me. Like I said, I'm a humble, loving guy. I love everybody. I don't hate people. I love everybody. I mean, even the unlovable, I love them. Okay? And I try to listen to your point of view. And if I agree with it and I sign off for it, I just do. And I don't care who like it or not. If I don't, I just don't. And I don't care if you like it or not. That's just who Rob is. Rob don't follow and toe nobody line. So get that in. I don't follow Democratic or leftist line. I don't follow Republicans or conservative line. I don't follow white supremacist, poor boy, whatever. But I will defend your rights as an American citizen and as in the Constitution. And I will even defend your moral rights. And I'll defend your spiritual rights. So that's just me. That's the end of that. So let me go ahead and get into this, and we'll go from there. All right, give me a moment. All right, so this is Proud Boy Magazine. This is the magazine started by Mr. McGinnis. So I'm going to go to the Proud Boy website. Hopefully it'll pop up. I've been having issues. Here we go. All right, so this is the first page. They say, welcome to the greatest fraternity on the face of organization in the world. So right now, Mr. McGinnis is touting this as a fraternity. Now, like I said earlier, Mr. McGinnis do not want to be lumped in with the Richard Spencer, even though he has no problem with Richard Spencer. He don't want to be lumped up with the Richard Spencers of the world as a white supremacist organization. You want to be known as a fraternal organization. Now, let's go deep into it. It says, the time for apologies is past. Now, I don't know who's apologizing. But he's saying it's time for apologies fast. Well, first of all, I don't agree with that. If you know you did wrong, you need to apologize for it. Now, I don't believe you need to be apologizing over and over and over and over again, unless you keep doing the same stupid stuff over and over again. All right? And it says, I'm a Western chauvinist, and I refuse to apologize for creating a modern world. Well, so now, according to Richard Spencer, he's saying the white men created the modern world, the current world that you see now. But you got to understand, you may have the structure, but it took other people efforts to build it. So you just can't take the claim for the strategy without the build. It's just like these dumb corporations out here. They want to get all the money and tout all the money and get all the credit, not knowing it was the workers that helped you get to your position. Okay, you couldn't do this on your own. It was an effort, collective effort. All right, so the modern world was created by all types of cultures. White, black, Oriental, you name it, Hispanic. The modern world did not just come on its own through one gender, through one color. It took a multiple effort to create this beautiful modern world that we have right now. He said the West is the best. So claiming that the Western civilization is the best civilization, and I agree with him on that. We are some of the best civilization around. I mean, look at some of the third world countries and things like that, and you'll understand that that is true. It say the basic tenets of the group is that we are Western chauvinists. We are Western chauvinists. Now, I don't know what's the big deal about being a chauvinist. But he said, we're Western chauvinists who refuse to apologize for creating the modern world. Like Archie Bunker, we long for the days when girls were girls and men were men. Hey, I long for that. Hey, I'm a man's man. I like girls. I mean, I'm not, I don't crap on people who, men who like men and women who like men. They don't play that when it comes to that. To me, you show life, you do whatever you want to do. I'm a Christian man, and I believe in my religion. I hold my religion to the forefront of everything in my personal life. So that's just that. But me, I like girls. I'm a man that like girls. So that group would be a group that I would totally say nothing wrong with that. Okay? I don't hate on them for that. Hey, I like that. Okay? He said this wasn't controversial even 20 years ago. But being proud of Western culture today is like being a cripple, like being black, lesbian, communist in 1953. So I guess he's saying that being proud of the culture that we built make us pretty much a minority. We're more like people that's on disability, black people and lesbians in the 50s, which means we're a hard breed, and we're crapped on, and people don't give us respect, and they don't, So I guess that's what he's saying about that. I don't know if you're from that organization. You put a comment, because I'm willing to be open and learn. He said the group started in the fall after congregation on Compound Media, and laughing at the political correct culture they insist we take seriously. What began as a few fans in a bar across the street from the studio singing "Proud of Your Boy," I think that came from some movie, and laughing at the reparation videos of Ghazi Kazu, soon became a bona fide men's club, with rituals, tradition, and even its own in-house court called the Sharia. The Proud Boys confuses the media because the group is anti-social justice warrior. Now, I am for social justice, so I won't agree with some of the things that they're doing. But I'm not to the point where I want to get violent over this thing. I mean, it shouldn't ever get to that point. All right, and not saying that they get violent over when it comes to that stuff. The group is anti-social justice without being alt-right. So they said, we're not your social justice warrior, yet we're not alt-right. I guess they're saying they're in between. Western chauvinists includes, now this is the part that I'm learning about. Western chauvinists include all races, religion, and sexual preferences. All right, so now this is kind of confusing, because in Summer Gavin McGinnis's speech, he talks about jumping on homosexuals and things like that. Like I said, I'm not going to lump the Proud Boys in with his own personal thinking, because I don't believe everything my pastor tell me, or whatever political leader. I don't agree with you 100%. But in here it said, Western chauvinists include all races, and I did see in a recent video black, Hispanic, Orientals in the group, traditions, and even its own in-house, let me start, and sexual preferences. So I guess in their idea of sexual preferences, a man loving a woman and a woman loving a man, but according to the rhetoric, it does not include lesbian and gays, but the way this is worded, it said that sexual preferences, I mean, Western chauvinists could be anybody, All right, if you can give me a good understanding in the inbox, let me know. All right, let's say check the join us and follow us tab and find a chapter near you and start your own with our help. Our group is and will always be men only. Born with the penis. Like I said, look, I can't hate that. I mean, I'm a man, okay? If that wasn't clear enough for you leftists. So I guess he's saying leftists want to have everybody, you could be a woman and try to join our club. You can't. And hey, look, it's a men's club. Hey, I honestly believe that, hey, I mean, if, hey, it's a men's club. It's a men's club. They want men with penises in their club. They don't want a woman who trying to be a man. I mean, I guess it to each his own, okay? But that's what this is saying here. Born with a penis, if that wasn't clear enough for you leftists. All right. I got to tell you, Proud Boys, there are right-wing people. There are people in the Republican Party that are homosexuals and are conservative. So it's not just a leftist thing. It's a human thing. People in the right are into that lifestyle. People who are non-affiliated are into that lifestyle. People are in the middle are into that lifestyle. So it's not always a leftist thing. He said, if you are and were born a woman and you would like to be involved, there is a girls group. Go there. They call themselves the Proud Boys Girls. And they are our second biggest demographic. It may seem counterintuitive that a men-only group, men with a penis, would have such a big female following, but nobody wants men to be men more than women who depend on them. And there's a lot of women who don't want men to be men. Proud Boys saved marriage, says PBG Gabrielle Finch. I was completely done with it, but he won me back and fought hard for it. So I guess Gabriella saying if it wasn't for the Proud Boys, I wouldn't have my husband being the man that he is. This group is full of all kind of women's. Wives, girlfriends, and single girls are welcome too, just like the men group. And the girls have no other requirements about race, religion, or sexual preferences. So they're saying, hey, you can't be a part of the boys club, but we do have a club for women that kind of undergird us, support us, but yet they have their own thing going on too. And they're not, and they're women with, I assume they're women with vagina. They're not men who trying to be women, you know. But that's just how it is with them. And they say it's not about race, religion, or sexual preferences. All right, so again, I'm going through their website. So I can let you know through their own website what they say they believe in, okay? And I can't dispute it because I'm not in that group to discount it. I'm looking from the outside in. All right, so the fact that this group has exploded so quickly is a testimony to how completely finished young American men and women are without the apology culture. Men have tried being ashamed of themselves and accepted blame for slavery, the wage gap, ableism, and some fag bashing that went on 2 generations ago. But it didn't work here, so they're going with their gut and indulge in a natural pride that comes from being part of the greatest culture in the world. It's very freeing to finally admit the West is the best. That becomes its truth. Now, before I go to the next page, in other words, Gavin McGinnis' organization that he started saying we're a Western chauvinist organization. We are not racist. We're not white supremacists. Don't lump us in with the Richard Spencers. We are a male chauvinist group, and we believe in multicultural people being in our organization. The bottom line is that we want men who are born men in our organization. We have an organization for women. We want women who are naturally born women. I mean, they got the vagina. They were born with the vagina. Men are born with them, and these are the people who that we want to gravitate in our organization. And it's not about race. So that's that on that page. Now let's look at the About Us page. Okay. All right. So this is about Proud Boys. Okay. All right. This is me trying to bring some clarity of what they mean. So I want to kind of, I try to represent the truth. So it said, how to save America. Well, they want to abolish prisons. I don't know about that. Some people need to be in jail. Serial killers don't need to be walking around. I mean, that's just me, BOBTV. Serial killers don't need to be walking around. That was my lady friend. Serial killers don't need to be walking around. We don't need criminals walking around. So they say abolish prison. This is how to save America. Give everyone a gun. Everybody don't need a gun, bruh. You got some psychos out here. They got mental issues. They don't need a gun. Legalize drugs. I don't know about that because cocaine is a hell of a drug. End welfare. See, I don't agree with that because I believe that sometimes things happen where you need a little help, and if you paid into the system, you should be able to get out of the system. I mean, that's just me. Okay, Proud Boys don't believe in that. End welfare, legalize drug, get everyone a gun. I definitely don't believe in giving everyone a gun. Close the borders. Now I'm for that. Close the borders. I am for closing the borders. I ain't for Trump's version of closing the borders. Venerate the housewife. In other words, venerate means to build up the housewife. I'm for that. I'm for that. Don't dog out, build up the housewife. But I guess they believe all women should be in the house. Me, if you want to work, I ain't got no problem with that. Work, make your money. I don't want to take that value away from you. But if you want to be a housewife and stay home, I'll do whatever I can to keep you home. Glorify the entrepreneur. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm about building up the entrepreneur. I'm about building up small businesses and things like that. I agree with it on that, you know. But I don't think the entrepreneur. I think the entrepreneur and the workers should be built up too. That's just me. Shut down the government. I don't agree with that. Okay, all right. Like I said, to each his own. If that's what you believe, fine. But this is strictly from Gavin McInnes. This is their code or their platform. All right. So, all right, and they talk about some of the things that they got going on this page. They got some videos going on that you can watch. I think they got a video about the Proud Boys. Let me click this, or I can't because my internet is down, so I'm not going to be able to do that. So it's not going to play. I'll try to put it in another time. All right, so you know, just got pictures of Gavin McInnes in his club, and they're trying to say the Proud Boys are not racist. The Proud Boys are not racist. So that he's claiming in this video, and we'll probably show that another day, that they're not racist. And they say they don't let Nazis in the Proud Boys. And they got videos about the truth of the Proud Boys, and we'll go into that one day. The bottom line is Proud Boys are conservatives, staunch conservatives, and they do not like the left. They do not like the left. All right, so these are just video clips about the Proud Boy, and then you can see some clips of them going against Antifa and things like that. All right, now it talks about vetting the group in this page that I'm about to go through right now. All right, so there's vetting groups. They have a California chapter, Florida chapter, Georgia, 2 Georgia chapters, a state and Atlanta, Kentucky, Michigan, Minnesota, Missouri, Nevada, Pennsylvania, Texas, Virginia, and Wisconsin. So I'm quite sure they're going to grow. They got a New England, Midwest chapter, Northwest chapter, Southwest chapter. They got a couple of international, Australia, Canada, United Kingdom, international. All right, so this is just letting you know how they're building their organization. All right, and they are building an organization. Okay. All right, so we're going to go to the follow us part of the page, and then you'll see the link to Proud Boys Gab, Proud Boys Facebook, Proud Boys Girls Gab, Proud Boys Girls Facebook, and Gavin McInnes is his Facebook. And I don't think in this picture you don't see any, that might be a black brother back there. There's one, might be one back there. But like I said, they say they are not racist at all. More chapters, California, Florida, Nebraska, Ohio. So they got chapters all over the place. Okay. Boy, they got a little scary. I ain't scared of them, but he just looks scared. All right, so that's to follow us, how you can find them. All right, then they get their own store. They love Trump. And they talk about the red wave, and they got Donald Trump looking like a Kool-Aid. All right, so they like Trump being in office. They like Trump rhetoric. So they got their little T-shirts and things like that. So that's that, where you can buy Proud Boy gear. All right, this is their magazine that they you'll be able to read up on and things like that. Now to Wikipedia. Now Wikipedia, you gotta have Wikipedia with a grain of salt, because Wikipedia oftentimes have misinformation. So I can't really vouch for what this page about Proud Boys is all about. But I'm just going to skip over because I went to the website. I think website is the best source of what a organization believe. What somebody else says about an organization, you still have to have some kind of evidence on what you're saying. So even though they're saying some things about Proud Boys in Wikipedia, the best source is going to their website, and even the better sources talking to a member of what they believe in. But we're just going to go over Wikipedia, and again, the views on Wikipedia may not be the views of actual Proud Boy. They may not agree with some of the things that they say in here. And I'm not even going to vouch for Wikipedia because oftentimes Wikipedia is wrong. But it said Proud Boy is a far-right men's organization with a presence in the United States, Canada, Australia, and the United Kingdom. It was founded in 2016 by Vice Media co-founder and former commentator Gavin McInnes. Proud Boys emerged as part of the alt-right. Now, they say they're part of the alt-right light. In other words, they're not the extreme version of the Richard Spencer who are straight-out white supremacists. In 2017, Unite the Right rally, McInnes began distancing himself from the alt-right and tried to find a different brand, such as alt-light, like I just said. While the group claimed that it does not support white supremacist views, its members often appear at racist rallies and events. All right, so that's what Wikipedia, I didn't say it, Wikipedia said that. The group takes its name from the show tune Proud of Your Boy, a song cut from the Disney film Aladdin, in which the title character apologized to his mother. So he goes into the organization. McInnes had co-founded Vice magazine in 1994, but had been pushed out in 2008 after several years of turmoil following the New York Times interview when he talked about his pride in being white. Now, let me stop there. And I've said this before, okay? There's nothing wrong with being proud of your culture. There's nothing wrong with proud of being white. I don't understand why people get upset when white people are proud of being white. Because as a black man, I'm proud to be black. There's nothing wrong with being proud of your culture, where you came from, your nationality, your background. There's nothing wrong with that. And the crap on people because they're proud of their heritage and because they're proud of their color is wrong. Now, this is where I differ. When you think because you're white or because you're black or you're Hispanic, that you're better than the next man, that's the problem. That is what you call supremacy. There's black supremacists, there's white supremacists, there's certain aspect of Hispanic culture that think they're better than everybody. Dude, the bottom line is, you sit on the toilet, your doo-doo do not come out gold. Poop come out just smell just as bad as anybody else. It do not come out gold. You're not better than anybody. You may be have contributed a lot more than society and other people, but like I said before, you may have the foundation and blueprint from America, but there are people who built America along with your blueprint. So just because you got the blueprint does not make you no more better than the people who constructed the house. Yeah, the person who designed the house, yes, but the people who actually put the bricks, laid the foundation, are just as important as you. So in other words, I'm saying just because you are proud, there's nothing wrong in my book of you being proud of being white. There's nothing wrong with being proud of being black. There's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with that. It's when you think you're better than the other man, it's a different story. Now, I kind of got off on a tangent. Talking about Gavin being proud of being white. After leaving, he began the doggedly hacking and jagging but unrelenting path to the far right fringes of American culture, according to a 2017 profile of Globe and Mail. All right, like I say, you can't, these articles and they sensationalize stuff and make up stuff, so I take it with a grain of salt. And then I'm going to give you my conclusion to this after we're done, because I don't want you to mistake anything about me. All right, the Proud Boys organization was launched in September 2016 with the website of Takey's Magazine, a far-right publication in which Richard Spencer was executive editor. The name mocks the song "A Proud of Your Boy" from the soundtrack from the film Aladdin. We've been through that, which became a running theme of McKinney's podcast host by Anthony Cumia's Compound Media. McInnes had heard the song at a children's talent show in December 2015 and took immediately dislike to the perceived fake, humble, self-serving nature of the lyrics. The organization had been described as a hate group by the Southern Poverty Law Center and NPR's The Takeaway. And Spencer McInnes and the Proud Boys have been described as a hipster racist by Vox and Media Matters of America. And McInnes described the group. Now, let me stop there. These publications, Vox and all that, I don't agree with a lot of stuff they say. Like I said, a lot of times they sensationalize stuff. Sometimes they tell the truth. A lot of times they lie. Sometimes they make stuff up. They push a lot of things like Russia and all that crap. So I take them with a grain of salt. Number one, just because I read it don't mean I'm going to believe it. Okay? I do not trust news media, just like I don't trust politicians on either side, Republican or Democrat. And I don't trust Media Matters. I don't trust Vox. McInnes described the group as a pro-Western fraternal organization for men who refuse to apologize for creating a modern world. McInnes condemns what he sees as a victim mentality among groups like women and said that there is an incentive to being a victim. It is cool to be a victim. He sees white men and Western culture as being under siege. So, at the same time, you're saying Western culture and white men are being under siege. To me, that is claiming that you're being a victim, but I could be wrong. All right. I don't have a victim mentality. I do believe that black culture has been oppressed, and they have not had the same equal footing yet. We're still trying to get there. We've come a long way from 40s and 50s and 20s and 1800s. We come a long way, but black people have not gotten there yet. And right now, black people are about 200 years behind in true equality. So I don't believe that's a victim mentality. I think that's just the truth. Most black people don't want to have victim mentality. So he's saying, look, it don't. I guess according to him, it doesn't matter. Nobody should have a victim mentality. Time for victim mentality need to go away. Okay, you can agree with that. I halfway agree with that. Some people are victims. Some people have been dogged out. Some people are being pressed still to this day. And there are victims in this world. Okay. And taking on that victim mentality, it takes a lot to get off you. It takes time when you've been a victim. Okay. So it's not that simple. But there is an incentive to be a victim. A lot of people don't want the incentive of being a victim. Some people do take advantage of the incentive. But a lot of people are not trying to take advantage of the incentive of being a victim. But that's a whole nother story. It is cool to be a victim. He sees white men and Western culture as being under siege. Following 2017 Unite Right rally, McInnes began distancing himself and the organization from the alt-right and tried to find a different brand, such as alt-right. Now, let's talk about the membership. I'm not going to go too far into this, but I'm going to start with the membership. I said the Proud Boys have 4-degree initiation process for new members. Now, again, this is Wikipedia. Wikipedia are not members. I don't think the person who's posting in here, and like I said, sometimes it's open. You can post and change things you want, but I don't know if the person who's posting the membership initiation is from Proud Boys, or they could be making this up. So take it with a grain of salt. If you are a member of Proud Boy and you see this video, I don't mind you telling us the true initiation. I did have somebody tell me that, hey, I could be a good member of Proud Boy. I'm not trying to be a member of nothing. I'm a church-going man. I love my church, and that's the only club I'm going to be a part of. I'm not going to be part of any club. Okay, so and if you're in the club, I respect your club as long as it's not overbearing over people and pushing around and brutalizing people and thinking you better than the other person. The Proud Boys have 4-degree initiation process for new members. The first degree is a recruit must declare, I am a Western chauvinist who refused to apologize for creating the modern world. That's their mantra. You got to say that. It's just like AA, where you got to admit that, you got to make declarations. You got to make confessions. You got to make chants and mantras and things like that. The second degree involves 5 or more Proud Boys punching the recruit until they name 5 breakfast cereals. Okay, hold up. Oh. So the Proud Boys get to beat you down until you name some cereals. Fruit Loop, Frosted Flakes, Raisin Brands, Count Chocolate, and Blueberry. All right, I don't know if that's true. What's cereal, really? And I'm not trying to joke the organization. I'm just saying cereal. I could see name the first 4 presidents or something like that. But cereal? Okay, anyway. To earn the 3rd degree, the recruit must get a Proud Boy tattoo. So after you go through those other steps, you go get your tattoo with the rooster on it or with the name Proud Boy on it. The Proud Boy website says the 4th degree, and I did not see this on the website, the 4th degree for those who have endured major conflict related to cause. The Southern Poverty Law Center has said that this requires a recruit to get into a physical fight with Antifa activists at a public rally. So according to the Southern Poverty Law Center, the last initiation is for you to find somebody in Antifa and get in a physical fight with them. Now, that may explain what happened recently in New York City. I wasn't there. I can't make the statement. I can't vouch for this, but I'm done with this. I'm going to go back to the video where I could talk to you again, so just hang in there with me, baby. Now, as I said, the Southern Poverty Law Center said they're a racist group, not a racist, but a hate group. There's a lot of hate groups out there that has a lot of cultured people in it. So racist group are not just on particularly white people. That's why they always say white racist, but they're a black racist group. There's Hispanic racist group, and in general, if there's a group of people with a mixture of all colors in there, it is still a racist, a hate group. All right, so according to the Poverty Law Center, Antifa has been lumped in as a hate group. Not Antifa, but the Poi Boys. Of course, they say Antifa is part of a hate group too that hate anti-fascists. Richard Spencer's organization is has been labeled as a hate group because they hate Jews, and they're not. He said they don't hate Jews or things like that, but the bottom line is we're superior over you. So it's still white supremacy, and if need be, they're gonna remind you, if you have to, how superior you are, whether it's verbally. I don't know if he'll do it physically or anything like that, but who knows what these things can lead to. That's why I don't like hate groups, period. I don't like supremacist group, period. Hate begins hate, and you got one group hating another. It's just more hate in the world, and we need to dissolve that. So, nevertheless, in this, they said the last initial, according to Wikipedia, the last initiation into the Proud Boys is looking for a member of Antifa and beating them down. Now, this may explain what happened after the meeting at the Metropolitan Republican Club on the lower, upper, I guess, in Manhattan. I don't know if it was Lower West Side or Lower East Side, but in the bougie area of Manhattan. Antifa did, there is graffiti on their building. There were things thrown at their building. Of course, you hear that, you're going to want to come out and find out what's going on. So Antifa, from what I'm seeing, drew them out on purpose, tried to get them to come outside. From what I'm seeing, whatever they did, I don't know if they actually did that, but whatever they did caused them to say, what's going on? Let's go out. Okay. They came out. And when they came out, police was there, New York Police Department, everything was out there. But they came out trying to figure out what's going on. As soon as they came out, a member of Antifa threw something at one of the Proud Boys, or the crowd of Proud Boys, and the Proud Boys didn't like that, so they went in to fight. So Antifa, if you were trying, when you do understand that when you do that, you're helping people get initiated in the Proud Boys. When you show up at a Proud Boy event, you may be helping them to join, because according to Wikipedia, and it may not be true, I didn't see that on the Proud Boy website, but they claim it's on the website. I didn't see it. That their last initiation is to look for somebody from Antifa and get in a fight with them. You get that done, you're in, it's over with. You're part of us. And so you help that happen when you allegedly vandalized the place, broke windows, threw things at the building. That's not good. All right, so in defense, and I only defend the defendable, I am not for male chauvinism. I'm not that guy. I'm a male, and I'm a male. I love women, and I like women. Women that like women. I've been involved in those relationships before, so that's a different story. But some of the things they talk about, I can relate to. I'm a man's man. I like a woman that love to be around men. I don't believe in men dominating women. According to their website, they're not for that. They do give women empowerment according to their website. Okay, but they're basically separating that the women can't be in our club, but we got a club for the women. Okay, they're basically saying we're multicultural. We're not a racist group. We have different races in our group, and from what I'm seeing from the video, there are different races in the group. All right, so I guess it's more of an ideology superiority complex going on, or ideology, or they may be supremacists in ideology. There are supremacists when it comes to ideology. I know more than you. I've done more than you've done, and that's that. Your thinking is below me. I'm a higher thinking, smarter thinker, more brilliant man than you. That's just that. So, in my closing of this particular segment of the Raw Report, I am apologizing for being prejudiced against the Proud Boys. I did look into the organization and begin to see a little more into what they're about according to the website. Don't get me wrong. I'm not a fan of McGinnis. I don't think I'm ever be a fan of McGinnis. It just ain't happening. But I do appreciate members of the Proud Boys telling me, or somebody that knows familiar telling me I need to look more, because what I was spitting out on camera was not accurate. And I told you I can admit when I'm inaccurate. So I spit out what was on the website and what they believe. Now, I don't know what's in the individual heart. That's the individual person. But this is what the website says that the Proud Boys believe in. Wikipedia talk about the initiation process. I didn't see the initiation process on the website. So that's that on the Proud Boys. I hate violence. So when the Proud Boys, if they're defending themselves, they have a right to defend themselves. They have a right to free speech also. But if you going out attacking Antifa, that makes you no better than Antifa. Okay? That's my opinion. Violence beget violence, and all they do is produce more violence, more chaos. And according to some of the things that McGinnis have said in the past, because he watched this video, he is okay with all that stuff. I also went through their platform on what they believe according to their website. You get a chance, you can go to the Proud Boy website and get familiar with their beliefs so you can be better educated concerning them, like I am. Like I'm still getting educated on Antifa. Even though people on the right claim that Antifa is left, Antifa is neither one of them. Antifa just don't like fascists. And there's fascists in the left, and there's fascists in the right, and there's fascists in the middle. Fascism is not just on one side of the aisle. And Antifa is against fascism. Okay? Now, if they see fascism growing in a certain particular demographic or some certain party, of course, they're going to push back against that party. But don't make no mistake. There's a lot of fascism in the left side of the aisle. There's fascists in the Democratic Party, and there are fascists in the Republican Party. There's fascist independents out there, too. All right, I'm Robert Brown with the Rob Report. I went a little long with this, but I just want to go a little more detail into this. I didn't show the video, but there is more videos out there of what actually happened out there, and you'll be able to see that people who was coming from the Republican, Metropolitan Republican Club, are of different cultures, are of different races. Okay, that came out of there. They went to see McGinnis' speech. And last but not least, I think Antifa may have helped some of them become members by inciting violence. That was not protest. That was violence. That is not a protester going around throwing things. You got a right to defend yourself. Don't let nobody beat you down. But if you're going around just causing havoc, there's other ways to show your opposition. There's other ways to show pushback against supremacy, whether it's white, black, intellectual supremacy, it's still supremacy. There's other ways to push back against those who that's taking it out on people who have victim mentalities, and those who have been victimized, taking it out on those who they believe victimized them. All right, so I don't know if I'm making sense, but I'm done with this thing. Look, people, bottom line is me. I'm going to let you know. I'm for love. All right, all this stuff is stupid. It is not making America great. You fighting each other doesn't make America great. You calling people all kind of names doesn't make America great. If you want to be a man's man, go for it. But you ain't got to crap on a person who don't think like you or have different ideologies as you do. That's going to always happen. It's been going on since the beginning of times. Everybody never thought on the same level, at the same pace. It just doesn't happen. You're going to have disagreements. You're going to have quarrel. You're going to have fights. But do whatever you can to come find yourself in the middle and work on that. Okay. All right. Now, politically speaking, I'm not in the middle of anything. There's certain things should be a human right, I believe. And you already know me and what those are. And if you don't agree with it, fine. But don't push back on me because I don't believe like you believe. And I'm not going to push back on you because you don't believe like I believe. Anyway, I'm Robert Brown with the Rob Report. I'll holler at you soon. Peace. Hey, if you like the content, please like it, share it through all the social media platforms. If you have not subscribed, make sure you stop me right now and subscribe. Don't just subscribe, but hit the notification bell like that, a little bell. You got to click that. That'll let you know when I'm dropping a video. Whoop, there it is. And by all means, if you want to support through Patreon, I appreciate people who appreciate the program and want to donate to the cause on BOBTV. And I'm Robert Brown with the Rob Report. Peace.